Sergei Mukhorin. How are you, sir?
I'm very good, thank you.
You reached out to me. I'm trying to remember how, under what
You
was the original
actually
excuse? Like you and I started talking. Was it about music or was it about something else? Because I'm having a hard time
you
remembering.
you announced the Joel Goldsmith tribute video on
That's it.
your one of your episodes on one of the shows,
That's right.
and I that was a sign for me to send you a message.
And you had put music together a little bit, but you don't call yourself a musician, which
No,
I
no,
find to be
it's
an insult because I'm a fan of your work in honor of Joel Goldsmith. So I
well,
don't know if you can square that circle for me.
yeah, I can. Well, the thing is that I love music all my life, and I like hearing it. I like actually playing it. I play a
Hmm.
couple instruments. But I don't really create music. Just didn't have whatever I try to create. I just don't like it enough to to publish it somewhere or
Hmm.
online or whatever. So, but I do like doing covers because this is like I'm a software engineer by trade, by the way, and it's just for me it's like a just a complicated task, a little of math, a little of physics sometimes, just to how to solve this puzzle
Yeah, it's a
to
puzzle. You have a
to
problem, you
recreate
you create an answer, it's either right
a
or wrong.
music piece. So that's
Wow.
how I do it. And I learned a little bit. I know music theory, of course, and I went to music school when I was a child. But yeah, it's just fun for me. That's the about it. I don't pretend I can do more. So, but I can do this. Well, I mean, some of the covers I can do, and I'm very happy doing them. So,
Well,
and I wanted to
I
share.
I am appreciative of you wanting to share because I have been trying to crack this thing for it's just the egg that won't crack. So Gauntlet is well known to be my favorite piece of music that Joel did, and I think it's a shame because I think that he was really getting started into like the golden age of his career, and this was one of the doors to that. But it's never been available commercially available, and fans have recreated it online time and time again. And I think I stumbled across one of your original ones a while back, and this was years ago at this point. And so when I put out the call to bring people together to start building this documentary tribute for Joel, it only made sense to reach out to some of the folks who had previous experience in imitating Joel's music just to get their perspective on things, if nothing else. And you found me. So I'm not going to belabor this. The Gauntlet piece is one of the more uh, audible pieces of music that Joel has because the middle section is the only thing that's obscured by Destiny shutting down, and the rest is you can hear Joel's just. I mean, he's just having a soundgasm. It's just perfect from end to end. The whole piece of music, you can just stand back and watch it go. And but I have always wanted a clean cut of it, and you went ahead and you did it. Now, this is a new version. Did you completely start from square one for this,
Yes,
or did you? Oh, okay.
from nothing. From it was from zero. I did a version 14 years ago, actually. Basically, a few days after we learned that Joel passed, I was in a weird place, and I decided I want to do a
Express
tribute,
yourself.
express myself, but I couldn't do like a perfect version, and it was not my intention to do it. But I found online, there was a few covers already available at that time. I found online a guy who made a piano, like piano version of it, and
Without the
basically
Dilruba.
Yeah, of course, just piano. And basically, I just learned how he did it. I mean, I watched the video and just played, and then just learned it by heart. And then I recorded it, added some layers and stuff, but not, of course, I couldn't reproduce, closely. But the thing is that every version that of the Gauntlet that is currently available in on YouTube is derived from this version of this guy who wrote the arrangement. So
Okay.
no one did an actual note to note thing. So
Recreation.
apparently I probably the first one who did
Well,
it.
let's
So
listen. Let's listen.
yeah,
And if you are watching this and you're not completely like note for note familiar with this piece of music, I recommend that you go back into the last 3 or 4 minutes of Gauntlet and suffer through it as I do every time watching it, because it's a hard sequence to watch, knowing the 15 years that we've had since. But then watch this, and you and I, Sergei, are going to listen to this together fully for the first time. So let's go ahead and have a look. Yep. You hit it, man. I
thank you.
am
It was
impressed.
very fun to do. Like uh, this is the best feeling when I had a few struggles, as you might imagine, especially with this very special instrument that Joel used. I was it took me 3 days to figure out this out. 3 evenings basically, but I did.
To
So
find the Dilruba?
yeah, to find the other one because I took a cello, like a very high quality cello with multiple gigabytes of samples and stuff, and it sounds great. It's just not sounding what it's supposed to be. So
Yeah, you can't.
I applied some effects, flange and a guitar preamp, stuff like that. It got better, And I'm like, okay, it's close enough, you know. But then I decided to still check, and just basically took every string bowed instrument in existence, and I just go through and picked some up that took my, you know, piqued my interest, and found out that it's. And then actually we just recently figured out that it's actually exactly the instrument that he used. So I guessed it, but yeah, I was right apparently.
So I went into let me see if I can reproduce it here.
Mhm.
What stringed instrument did Joel Goldsmith use to represent destiny in Stargate universe? There we go. Primarily used a guitar. No, 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 no. Don't do this to me. Eastern instrument. Come on, think it through. Based on this Gate World interview, he did not specify one. It's just not going to do it. But it pulled up the Dilruba in this
Yeah,
AI,
yeah.
and I clicked on it, and it was let me pull this here. 2009 October. So this is after air. Come
Do
on,
you
Gate
want to
World, don't fail
show
me
the
now.
picture of the instrument actually? Maybe?
I will. And there it is. I mean, this is the
Yeah.
conversation that
Yeah.
I had with him, and I forgot all about it. And so then I went and checked, and I found the complete audio version of this interview, which was never released. And so, because of that, because of you, I am now going to get to release a 45-minute interview with Joel
Wow.
that no one has ever heard. They've only read. And so I'm going to be able to release that along with the tribute that we're going to release on Dial the Gate and Gate World to Joel. So let's have a look at the Dilruba, because everyone's probably very curious about this thing.
Yeah.
So let me pull this here. Okay. This is a Dilruba, and it
So
is
it just,
an
if you
Indian
want,
instrument.
I can explain a little bit just
Sure.
for you and for the audience. It has like normal strings like on cello or violin, you know, you can play that with the bow. Uh, it's all standard, but it also has so-called sympathetic strings that you don't actually play them. They play themselves in
Oh
um,
my.
or they play I forgot the English word, but
Okay.
basically
They
resonate.
play in
They resonate.
harmony.
Yeah, they resonate,
Okay.
and they basically produce this drone sound. You know, like it's used in Indian instruments a lot. So this
Mm-hmm.
is also an Indian instrument,
Mm-hmm.
and this is how it does it. So, and basically it's the sound of like an electric instrument. You know, electric pick instrument with electric pickup. But I think this instrument is like 300 years old. So
Is that
it,
all? I'm surprised. Well, probably the modern version of it. Yeah. Yeah, 300 years ago. Look at
yeah.
you. Wow. Well, you cracked it, and this is just a great piece of music that you've been able to recreate. I'm hoping that I will be able to utilize the original in the upcoming documentary that we're going to do with him. The problem is that the 5.1 mixes on the Blu Ray also share the same tracks with the ambiance. So you have Destiny going to sleep, and you have Eli patting Colonel Young on the back, and there's little things like that. And it's like when we want to, in this, which is a very rare circumstance, isolate Joel, it's really difficult to do, and AI gets close to
Yeah.
cleaning it up,
Yeah.
but it distorts and it muddies things
Hmm.
when you try and lay things over. So you have done this with one piece of music, and you have done it with another one specifically, and let's see how my journey on the back end of this stuff goes. But we're pretty close to releasing this thing, and this is not going to be the last time that we hear from you. We are
I
going
hope.
to be doing, absolutely, a bit of an after show with the folks who helped us edit this video, the tribute to Joel.
Hmm.
It's going to be the music of Stargate : Joel Goldsmith, because there were other Stargate musicians as well. Although, I mean, he did 98% of the heavy lifting, and so it's going to be kind of a trilogy now. We're gonna have the interview that I did with him on Gate World that was only text, and then we're going to do the tribute, and we're going to do the kind of after show with the folks that helped me build it, including yourself, and we'll share a piece or two of music that you've been working on there. This has been great to walk through the last month and a half with you. Rediscovering Joel's music with you has just been a tremendous privilege. Have you learned anything about what you're capable of in going through this process? What has been, I'm genuinely curious, what has been your takeaway?
Well, I I learned a little bit for sure because in order to make it, sound cohesive, it's very easy to do music, but like it will not be unless you know what you're doing, it will not be cohesive and it will not be like in like the range could, be very, very strange. And
Very
I'm not
sterile,
excellent.
like an
Yeah,
office
yeah,
space or a
yeah,
dentist
absolutely.
room, you know? It's
I'm
serviceable, but
not,
that's it.
yeah, I'm not excellent in that as well, for sure. But I'm learning. I learned a little bit, and I'm continue to learn. And yeah, and it's the first time I did a piece of music that is that complex because everything else I did it was just maybe piano version that I played by hands, like without any editing stuff like that. But now yeah, it's the next step for me. It's a big improvement.
What software did you use to pull this off?
I used Logic, which is a very popular software for creating music. So I used Logic Pro, and yeah.
Okay. Wow.
And I used
Okay.
for the libraries. I used East West orchestral library. Not
Okay.
not only orchestral, they have many things, and they had the Dilruba as well. This in the
Yeah.
library, and I'm pretty sure that Joel used it as well. I'm
Used
pretty
East
sure.
West.
Yes.
I know that Stargate Worlds use East West. I'm not
Yes.
entirely sure if
I
Joel
mean,
used the same thing as well. I mean Neil will know. I will ask him.
sure, but
So
what I'm saying is that I'm not saying he used it exclusively. I'm just
no,
saying that he had it. So
right, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. He may have actually played it. I wouldn't be surprised. So the dude could pull anything off if he just had the time. So it was
yeah,
always production was always, keeping him going. So
yeah.
this has been tremendous, man. Thank you for creating this. It means so much to have this to be able to listen to and to share with fans who have been wanting to be able to hear this in isolation. My tremendous hope is that there will be a release of selections of Joel's work from the different series in the not too distant future. I have no reason to think that there will be, but it's my hope that that will be the case.
Yeah.
And I will be the first person to pony up whatever it costs to
I
get
will be the second.
a set of it. Right. That's it. That's it
Yeah,
stuff, man. Thank you for sharing.
thank you.